meet the deadline that the printing press had. He didn't have a script ready, and I just said, hey, I have an idea for a shadow story. And he said, can you get me a script by 6 o'clock tomorrow night? I said, yeah. He goes, all right, go do it. 24 hours later, I was a writer for DC Comics.
Did you actually have an idea, or did you see an opportunity?
I saw an opportunity. I saw a door was open a smidgen, and he said, all right, come in. What's your idea for a shadow story? I had no idea. The wheels turning in my head. I go, oh, you're going to love this. This is great. He said, what's it about? I go, well, it's about smuggling. He goes, well, what are they smuggling? I go, well, they're smuggling drugs from Canada to the U.S. He goes, well, what's creative about that? Give me something creative. I go, well, let's see. The shadow stories were set in the 30s. Back then, they were going over the falls and barrels. Falls bottom in the barrels. That's where they're putting the drugs. They go over the Canadian side, wash up onto the American side. That's how they're getting through. He says, now that's different. That's creative. Go do it.
Two
weeks later, guys, I'm walking down the halls of D.C., and the editor of Batman comes walking toward me. And he was a really gruff guy. He said, hey, kid, I read your shadows. So you did? He goes, yeah. It didn't stick. I go, whoa, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. He said, how'd you like to take a shot at writing Batman? And that's how it happened.
So obviously, when preparedness meets opportunity, they call it lucky. Maybe that was a great opportunity for you. But I also have heard stories about you, Michael, that you've sent out over 300 resumes, and just continue to get no after no after no. So speak to the fans across the world about chasing their dream, or just never giving up, or just because someone else doesn't see your vision, just what it takes from internally to just not ever stop.
This is exactly the story that I wrote in my memoir, The Boy Who Loved Batman, and what the play is based on. I'm a blue-collar kid from New Jersey, guys. My dad was a stonemason. My mom was a bookkeeper. We didn't come from money. I couldn't buy my way into Hollywood. I didn't know anybody in Hollywood. I had no relatives in Hollywood. So how do you make your dreams come true? When you're burning with a passion, you can actually feel in your veins. And the answer is, number one, get up off the damn couch. Give up any sense of misguided entitlement you may have, thinking the world owes you something or the world's going to come to you. This is all about you getting out and exploring, finding your passion, and then being proactive about it. Push, look for any little door opening that you can shove your foot into. Network like mad. And it's all about commitment and perseverance. And if you're part of a couple of the last younger generations with a short attention span that don't like things to take a long time, you're dooted. You better be prepared that this is not a war you're about to enter. This is a siege. And you can make all these dreams come true. I did. But is it easy? No. Is it quick? No. But if you've got the burning passion and you stick to it, you can make your dreams come true. I'm living proof of it.
Now, Joe, our co-host here, Joe Marquis, says his favorite Batman movie was
Dark Knight, for sure.
And my question to you is, how different was Christopher Nolan when he came in, as opposed to Tim Burton, and what was the differences in their approach to the stories?
Christopher Nolan and Tim Burton had the same concept going in, which was, how do you restore the darkness and dignity to Batman? For Tim, he created Gotham City with Anton Furst, another genius, our production designer. And the world building was absolutely amazing. Gotham City became the third most important character in that first 1989 movie. When Chris came in, it was a different world. It was post 9/11. The world was no longer a black and white world of good versus evil. It was now a gray world of order versus chaos. And in order to accomplish the seriousness of it and the darkness of it, Chris wanted to make it feel as real as possible. He wanted audiences to believe this stuff could really be happening in this day and age. So Gotham City was no longer built on the back lot of Pinewood. It was Chicago. And if you take two buildings out of the skyline of Chicago, most people around the world cannot identify that city. He avoided CGI like the plague. He he wanted to convince everybody that Bruce Wayne was a young man with post-traumatic syndrome who's on this journey of self-discovery, and that it's possible someone like that could come back and choose to put on the armor.
A little past the third break.
And Christian Bale was the key to that. He needed to convince us that the Joker could be real, not the clown
No third break.
modern-day terrorist, somebody who places no value on human life whatsoever. And with Heath Ledger, they crafted the performance of a lifetime and scared the hell out of us. The next thing he had to do was convince us that all these gadgets, all these gimmicks, all the tech was real. And how did he do it? He hired Morgan Freeman to tell everyone it was real. And by God, if Morgan Freeman says it's true, it must be true. So that's the difference, but the net effect was the same.
Well, Michael, October 1st through November 10th at the Strass Center here in Tampa, Florida, we're very excited to welcome the boy who loved Batman. Are you going to be here for the premiere?
I will definitely be there the first week in October. I'll be back again in November. The Strass Center is an amazing place. We are so thrilled to be bringing the boy who loved Batman there. I hope I get to see everybody. Tickets are now on sale, and we're there till at least November 10th. Also, by the way, I will be making an appearance at Tampa Comic-Con on, I believe it's August 23rd. So those of you who come out to Tampa Comic-Con, I'll be doing a book signing, I'll be doing a talk there, and I'd love to meet everybody.
Well, we will be there, Michael.
Absolutely.
We'll all be there with our books, and I think I'm going to get a playbill before I see you, so you can sign one of those as well.
That sounds great. I can't wait.
All right.
Go Hoosiers.
Yeah, have a great time out in San Diego. I can't believe this is your 58th one? Or
59.
59th. Wow. That's almost as old. I'm almost as old as. I mean, that's older than me. That's older than all of us here.
He's not
All right,
good
Michael,
with
you
math.
said.
These days, I tend to be the oldest person in the room, and that's fine.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for your time, and tell your son I said hello. It's always great to talk to you.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, and that's awesome, man. Michael Usian, you know, he's one of those guys that people never heard of, you know, and then you hear about him and you hear their story and you're like, wow.
I'm going to make sure he's an urban legend in India from now on. So let's hit this break. We'll come back. This is Knockout Radio coming to you live from the headquarters, Tan Talk.
Hi, I'm Martin Gramatica, talking sports with Randy Harris.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Construction companies always face hiring challenges. Do you need temporary help on your project? Or maybe you want a true partner for all of your staffing needs? Staff Zone is construction staffing excellence, providing both skilled and general labor positions. And we want to work for you. For all of your construction staffing needs, call us at 877-247-ZONE or visit us online at thestaffzone.com to find your local branch. Our staffing professionals are eager and ready to grow your business. That's 877-247-ZONE.
Banners, car wraps, and printing, oh my. Banners, car wraps, and printing, oh my. For all of your banners, car wraps, and printing, call Compass Banners, Printing and Wraps at 727-522-7414. For all your signage and promotional needs. Every sign tells a story, every wrap makes a statement. Find us on Facebook, visit our website at compassbanners.com or call 727-522-7414. Banners, car wraps, and printing, oh my.
8 Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's
Oh,
about
yeah.
those who have survived
We were talking about on the way here.
facing that's real
We
in
were
our
talking
heads,
about on the
and are
way.
fighting to come back against the odds. If you live with a passion for greatness and strength and resilience towards all obstacles that may attempt to derail you, if you're an open aggressor, pursue things you want in life, if you're meant to overcome everything that stands in your path of reaching your goals, then you are 8 Man Strong.
Oh, I don't.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hey, this is Phyllis Roger listening to Talking Sports with Randy Harris.
Welcome back to Knockout Radio. Mike Straka along with Street Nat Matt.
Man,
Joe
we're having a
Markey.
good time today, baby.
Yeah, this is you know what? I just love that we talk
I can't believe
sports.
you guys told me that you're so happy that Randy's not here so you guys can party.
Well, look, we're going to party.
I can't wait to tell him.
You know,
Wait a second, you guys. Let's clarify, you guys. I had nothing to do with that.
Well, you're-
Steve.
Steve,
you're
you,
not.
and Matt all said it.
And define the word party, because look, before Randy comes back to the show, I suggested that he take a USADA test just to make sure. Because
Beer and steroids is what you said.
No. I'm talking about like high, because Randy is the highest guy I've ever met. Like have you been with Randy in an arena before?
Yeah, of course.
Well,
I've been
for
to a
example-
restaurant with him. I've been to a store with him.
Hold on, I brought my credential. This is from Madison Square Garden. This is the credential of Randy and I.
Right.
He's high at Madison Square Garden. He's high every time I see him in T-Mobile. He's high every time I see him at Emily Arena for the Jake Paul, Mike Perry fight. I don't know why they put media guys so high from the action. I don't know why all his photos are from the rafters when he's supposed to be the one getting all the intel. And he should be next to the fighters, right? In the
He should
corner.
be.
You know what? I've always had.
He's an OG too.
He's
He's
an
Dana
OG.
White himself.
I've always had street access. Floor access at every UFC fight. And then one time, I went to I think it was in Montreal, a UFC fight, and they put me up in the rafters, and I was like, "What is going on?" And I didn't want to say anything because I like Randy. I've been doing it for a long time, so I just said, you know what? I always get the cage side. Let me go up there. And I tell you, I had a better time up there because nobody was looking at me. I could watch the fights on the big screen. I had a better view than when I'm sitting cage side. Because when you sit cage side, you can't see anything. You're basically craning your neck looking at the big screen.
Well, and everybody thinks you have the best seat in the house. You don't. I mean, we've been in UFC fights where Dan Severn and some of the legendary figures, Don Fry, they'll be in the 100s, the front row of the first elevated section off the floor. And they're pissed because they're not in Dana's section. He's got Tom Brady. He's got the Hawk 2 girl. He's got, he's got all the.
She was hot.
He's got all the people in the who's who in the little scrum. But like at the front level, they've got the best seat in the house.
Yeah.
But the reason I brought this credential, what am I looking at here?
Which address is it?
Oh, at 706. Yeah. So I brought this credential because I've been to New York City twice, Mike Straka, to see John Jones fight in person.
Yeah.
I've met him, I've seen him, I've been around him. I've never seen him actually perform. And I have gone to New York twice to watch him fight in Madison Square Garden, and twice he has not fought in Madison Square Garden. And now they say he's going to fight in 309 in Madison Square Garden. So do I buy a ticket?
No.
Just, you don't think it's going to happen?
You know, the only time he fought Northeast Coast was he fought in Newark when he fought Shogun Hua and won the belt. And that was an interest. I love it's called the Prudential Center. We call it the Rock in Newark, and that's a great arena. It's almost like Amalie Arena. It's very similar to the way they're built, where there's not a bad seat in the entire house. MSG, there are bad seats.
Okay.
You know, especially if you're going to see a concert, man. Like sometimes you might as well just stay home.
Now, speaking of John Jones, Joe Marquis,
What about him?
he has a loss on his record. He has lost to Matt Hamill.
That was the biggest upset of all time.
But the rules have been changed. The rules have been changed. The 12-6 is now legal. They've now sanctioned that is no longer an illegal strike. Do the record books
I
go
thought
back?
it wasn't completely in yet
It's it just got approved
to be voted
allowed.
on, right?
Well, no, I think it's allowed. I think they changed
Okay,
it. They
I did
overturned
see
it.
something, but I didn't
So-
know it was overturned.
Do you go back in history books and take away that asterisk from his loss
You
to
can't.
Matt Hamill?
Only because it was illegal when he did it.
Yeah.
He was illegal when he did it, so you can't.
But it was still
you
an
can't
asterisk
go
when
back.
he lost it the first time, wasn't it? I mean,
That's like making weed legal
Yeah,
and then
and
going
then-
letting everybody out of
That's
prison
right,
that got
exactly.
put in prison for it.
I was
Yeah.
just going to say the same thing.
okay, all right. Well,
It was illegal then. Listen, it's he's a loser. He
oh,
lost.
Listen, they
get
took-
out of here! Don't put dirt on the goat's name
You know,
like that.
Mad Lab talked about
30 seconds.
Mad Lab talked about Nick Diaz losing a lot of his prime years because of marijuana. Now